Hi, this is Kimberly Knox, connecting you with your weekly success tips where I guide and motivate you on how to build a connection with the current astrological energy and how you can best utilize that in your daily life. Today, we're going to be excited to talk about the vernal equinox, which just happened today at 12:57 p.m., a little bit after lunchtime. So if you felt this shift of energy, or if you're hearing about the celebration, the sun has gone into zero Aries, which is the time of year that we celebrate the astrological new year, and many cultures around the world are celebrating renewal and transformation, and where we're planting seeds of intention that are going to grow throughout the entire year. Passover is celebrated, and that represents the exodus of the Jews out of Egypt after years of slavery. And this has started to be celebrated the night of that precedes the first full moon after the vernal equinox, and that goes for 8 days after that. This year, that 8 days is really the 14th where it starts. Is Pluto is stationing that night, and the next 8 days are going to herald in all of this big change. The cardinal cross is going to be coming, and also the fifth square of the massive planets in the sky that are pushing us forward in new ways, shifts of consciousness, and where the chakras are being ignited and illuminated, and the throat chakra, where we're speaking our truth, is going to be ignited during this time frame. This is a very important time that's coming up. And Easter is also celebrated, and Easter is celebrated on the first Sunday after the first full moon that follows the vernal equinox as well. So in the southern hemisphere, it's the autumn equinox, but this is the time of year when the sun is right on the equator, and we have equal time of day and light. So it is the astrological new year and the time of Aries. And what is Aries signal? Aries signals, it's a fire sign, and fire signs need to do something. They need to have a goal. And if you know Aries, they get you going, they get you inspired, they get you enthused to start new things. And it's where we focus on self and the I am. And what is amazing about you is the I am about you. And that's part of my whole mantra, is the I am me, and utilizing astrology to help people understand at a deeper level and appreciate themselves at a deeper level, all of the vibrations that make them unique and special. I was reminded today, the second year, that we're celebrating National Day of Happiness. Gross National Happiness Day, I think they call it. So what a perfect time to celebrate that, because if you know the true meaning of happiness is not found in someone else. You're never going to attract a relationship into your life that makes you happy. That's just really going down the road of destruction in a relationship. But you need to find and become happy on your own. Happiness is an inside job, always. And this is a perfect time of year to reinforce what makes you you, to get excited about all of those brilliant things, and to take risks to go forward in new ways. And those risks help you to build self-esteem and self-confidence that are just so attractive to other people as they see you radiate. But this is where at 0 degrees of Aries, somewhere in your chart, some area of life, this is where we become more well-defined. And we're constantly redefining this area every single year. Mine is in the 3rd house, and that has to do with how I communicate, how I express myself. It also deals with sales and getting out there and talking. But so, you know, and last year, during the time of Aries, is when I started my whole lecture series. So I've become acquainted with that part of how I redefine myself. And if you have a personal consultation, I can help you understand where that falls in your chart. But this process of self-awareness, it's what you have to do. You have to start something. Like your first house has to do with you, how you package yourself, how your appearance, and what you do on your own behalf to start things. And your second house, the house of Taurus, is also your house of self-esteem and talents and what you do to make money. So new creative and entrepreneurial ways that you make money. And I just expressed the third house, and so on around. But some of the keywords for Aries are being courageous and daring and strong, and where you dare to move into new experiences without any guarantee of success. And that's true entrepreneurial spirit. You just go forward and you kind of figure it out as you go. And those people that have really strong Mars or Aries signature of vibrations in their chart, you don't have to be an Aries to have this. You can have Mars on the ascendant. You can have Mars conjoined your sun. You can have Mars in strong aspect to your sun. You can even have a moon in Aries. The ruler of your chart could be in Aries. Like me, I have the nadir, which is the bottom of your chart, the essence of who you are, your primal self in Aries. So there's many ways that you can express the vibration of Aries. And it's a primal force. It's like, if you've ever heard, you never know until you try. It's where you explore and pioneer something. And there's a saying that says, if you're fixed and you're afraid to, or you stay in one place or you're afraid to grow, you're not growing, it's a crime against your soul. And that's why you definitely need to attract people into your life that encourage your growth. And as we have new paradigms and of relationships built with mutual growth that help to go past your limitations and to venture into new ways. And those are the types of relationships that will be most productive and attract someone that when they smile at you, you know they believe in you. And that's just a really powerful force. And when you attract good people into your life and you care about who you are with, that's a sign of your own self-esteem, because it's a sign of how you're valuing yourself. So this is a time of year where we bravely go forward and we're taking advantage of building opportunities, new opportunities that have presented themselves, where we're free of the things that we're letting go, because we're in a time right now of transition. We're letting go of the past and we're coming into the new. And we go through this every single year in the time of Pisces, where we're getting re-inspired. We're letting go of things. And we must let go of things before we can go forward. So we're free to go forward and to create new. And each time we do this, we're creating the life that we want, the life that we vision for ourselves. And a little bit about the vernal equinox chart. Mundane astrology is not my forte, but just to understand it, 13 degrees of Cancer's rising. So right away we're bringing in the critical degrees of the cardinal signs, which are going to be showing up in the cardinal cross in April. This is the effect of this signature, the event of the vernal equinox, will last for 3 months. It places Jupiter in Cancer on the ascendant. So this whole thing about how we nurture ourselves, how we feel comfortable, everything about family, how we feel emotionally secure, and then being opposed by Pluto in Capricorn, where we're breaking down the structures, we're breaking down what we've known about family and what we've known that's made us secure. And during that, to feel supported, because we're going forward in new ways. The moon then rules the chart, and the moon is sitting with Saturn in Scorpio. So there's this deep, serious intention, and we are then focused on this vibration of Saturn in Scorpio, about reminding us of our connections that we're making, those connections that are going to last us for a long time, because Scorpio makes mergers to last. It's about deep, lasting mergers that reflect who we are at some deep, passionate level that we can connect with and go forward with. So these are concerns. Also, it has to do with our debt and our finances too. Sun is up in the top of the chart, so it's really about our reputation, how we're seen in the world, where we're going forward. And at 0 Aries, which is ruled by Mars, Mars's ruler is currently in the sign of Libra, and it's retrograde. So we're learning a lot about bringing relationships into balance. Anything that's fair or unequal is being brought into balance, and we're being tested on how to deal in relationships in fair and balanced ways, and to uproot any repressed aggression so that it can be dealt with. And we're going to see this kind of come to a head on April 8th, and it's going to roll out and go forward into May. But so these are some of the signatures that's coming. We are in this time of endings and new beginnings. And through Saturday, it's a time of Saturn, but also the moon is going into Sagittarius, and it's this whole lightness that comes across. And Sagittarius is about getting excited for the future and optimism of what the future is going to bring. And I love Saturday also because our planet of thinking and Mercury is going to be conjoining Neptune. This can be very confusing, but it can also be deeply inspirational and poetic, and how we verbalize from this deeply compassionate part of ourselves. And Sunday, then we're going into Sunday, a day of the sun, the first day with the sun signature in Aries. It's also last quarter, where we're integrating what we've built and seen bloom during the month, what we're getting rid of, what we're going forward with, because we're getting ready for the new moon in Aries, which is going to be on the 30th. My class lecture on the 24th, this coming Monday, is only going to be an hour. I'm going to leave it open after the last hour. If you want to get a consultation, I'm going to be doing private consultations, just $20 for 20 minutes. And we can help you set your scope for the entire year. And I can help you see where all of this new is coming, so you can effectively set timing for the total year coming here. I'm going to save talking about Venus getting to its fullness because that's a really big point, and that's happening on March 23rd, 24th. I'm going to save that until I talk to you next. It's a really big time. Kimberly, I am going to be signing off, and I wish you an amazing day with all the bold and courageous spirit that you have to excite you to go forward in new ways, and to bring about the life that you really see for yourself, and to also find out things about yourself that excite you and take those risks that build self-esteem. Again, this is Kimberly, KK at kimberly-knox.com. Reach out to me for a private consultation so you can see what's happening in your life and set the scope for the entire year.